Welcome to Traveling Kangaroo. Hop aboard as we soar into the heart of Kyrgyzstan, a land where sky-piercing peaks, ancient nomadic rhythms, and living traditions meet the pulse of the 21st century. Today we're exploring the mountains, the yurts, the horses, and the people who keep a centuries-old way of life vibrant and evolving. Ready to bounce into this adventure? Let's go. Imagine a country where 90% of the land lies above 1,000 meters, where jagged ridgelines stitch the horizon and alpine lakes reflect a vast sky. Kyrgyzstan is that country. The mountains aren't just scenery here, they're lifeblood climate makers, cultural anchors, and the source of food and water. Locals call them Alatau, divine mountains. These ranges shaped caravan routes of the Silk Road, cradled ancient cities, and still guide seasonal migrations today. One of Kyrgyzstan's most famous gems is Issyk Kul, a huge, deep lake that never freezes despite being surrounded by snow. Its cobalt surface and mineral shores have drawn travelers for centuries. High above the tree line, Songkul lies like a secret pasture, summer yurts, grazing flocks, and starry nights that feel untouched by time. These places are where you'll see culture and ecosystem braided together, herders moving with the seasons, animals adapted to thin air, and communities that practice a respect for nature that's far older than modern conservation talk. At the center of that nomadic world is the yurt, a circular, portable home that's as practical as it is symbolic. Step inside a yurt and you'll find a small, ordered universe. A hearth at the center, an honored place for guests opposite the door, women's tools on one side, men's gear on the other. The tunduk, the wooden crown at the roof's peak, is more than structural. It's a visual link between family, sky, and country. You'll even spot its silhouette echoed on Kyrgyzstan's flag. Yurt building is a community act. Men shape the wooden lattice and roof poles. Women craft the felt coverings, stitch rugs, and embroider wall hangings. Those colorful sherdaks and tushkayas aren't only beautiful, they encode stories, landscapes, and beliefs. In many villages, yurt makers and artisans still pass these skills down by example. And today, for visitors, staying in a yurt isn't just novelty. It's a way to support local families, learn hands-on crafts, and sleep under a roof shaped by centuries of ingenuity. Horses are the wings of the Kyrgyz. Literally, they're phrase for them. From the moment children learn to sit a saddle, equestrian culture runs through life here. That bond shows up in traditional games that are as exciting to watch as they are essential to heritage. Kokboru or ulak tartish is a high-octane horseback sport where teams tussle over a goat carcass, a test of strength, skill, and partnership between rider and horse. Then there's Kizku, a playful chase where a young man gallops after a woman. If he catches her, he may win a kiss. If not, the tables turn in a light-hearted twist. The spectacle is pure, living culture, raw, joyful, and unforgettable. Eagle hunting is another arresting image of Kyrgyz nomadic life. Golden eagles and their handlers form a patient bond over years of training. These birds once helped provide meat in harsh winters. Today they carry cultural meaning and showmanship at festivals. Watching an eagle drop from a ridge and cut through thin air is to witness centuries of cooperation between human and nature. Kyrgyz craftsmanship is centered on wool and felt. Women collect, clean, dye, and felt wool into rugs, clothing, and yurt coverings. The patterns reflect the surrounding world: mountain ridges, river curves, horns of ibex or snow leopards slipping across ridgelines. These handmade goods carry cultural memory. Many artisans now form cooperatives, sell at bazaars, and use the internet to reach new markets, preserving ancient techniques while embracing modern opportunities. Travel to Bishkek and you'll see another side of Kyrgyzstan. The capital blends wide Soviet boulevards and stately architecture with lively markets, hip cafes, and youthful energy. Osh Bazaar is a microcosm of the nation. A maze of stalls selling everything from white felt kalpaks and hand-stitched textiles to spices, fresh bread, and modern electronics. Stroll through and you can taste the country's steaming samsa pastries, hearty plav rice, and a shot of kumis, the fermented mare's milk that's as traditional as it gets. Cultural life thrives in festivals and public events, especially the World Nomad Games. These gatherings showcase horsemanship, wrestling, archery, eagle hunting, and traditional crafts. A dazzling, living catalog of nomadic skills. They aren't nostalgia. They're a celebration of resilience, and they're attracting global attention, putting Kyrgyz culture on the map while generating income for local communities. But this life faces genuine challenges. Climate change is shifting pasture patterns and threatening water sources. Overgrazing and infrastructure pressures strain fragile ecosystems. Younger people move to cities or look for jobs abroad. Mass-produced goods compete with handcrafted items. The video highlights how Kyrgyz people are responding, blending traditional ecological knowledge with modern science, building community-based tourism, and creating cooperatives that make heritage economically viable. Initiatives like long-distance trails and protected areas aim to connect travelers with local communities while protecting landscapes. Eco-tourism programs let visitors learn yurt crafts, ride across alpine meadows, or see snow leopards on camera traps, experiences that support conservation and create income for villagers. Sustainable tourism is a two-way street. It brings money and awareness, but it must prioritize community control and ecological balance. A balance Kyrgyz nomads have long practiced in their own ways. Many personal stories illustrate this shift. A shepherd family might still move to high pastures in summer, but now they may host guests in a yurt camp, teach a felt-making workshop, or sell hand-woven textiles online. Artisans in villages famous for yurt making continue their craft while creating cooperatives to ship products globally. Young entrepreneurs in Bishkek blend traditional motifs with modern fashion, or create apps that map trails and promote local guides. This interweaving of old and new keeps traditions alive while opening paths to the future. Nature itself deserves the spotlight. Kyrgyzstan is a biodiversity hotspot for Central Asia, home to rare mountain flora and fauna, alpine meadows, and species like the elusive snow leopard. Protected areas and national parks are expanding, but conservation must be paired with livelihoods. That's where the wisdom of nomadic stewardship becomes relevant. Seasonal grazing, pasture rotation, and respect for seasonal limits are practices that, when combined with modern planning, can help maintain ecological health. If you're planning a visit, consider experiences that benefit local communities and minimize impact. Stay in a family yurt camp at Sonkul or Isikkul, hire local guides, buy crafts directly from makers, and follow leave no trace principles. Hike established trails, respect sacred sites, and learn basic phrases in Kyrgyz or Russian. It goes a long way in building connections. What does all of this mean? Kyrgyzstan is not a living museum. It's a dynamic nation where ancient knowledge meets modern challenges and where people choose to adapt, not abandon, their heritage. Traditions like yurt building, felt art, and horsemanship persist because they're useful, beautiful, and deeply meaningful. They provide identity and income, memory and innovation. That's why Kyrgyzstan's story matters. It's an example of a culture using its roots as a foundation to build a resilient, creative future. If the idea of a country where the past is a living present moves you, Kyrgyzstan will reward you with landscapes that take your breath away, and human stories that stay with you long after you leave. The mountains here aren't just backdrop, they are teachers. They remind us of resilience, adaptability, and the value of living in balance with nature. Thanks for traveling with Traveling Kangaroo. If you loved this exploration of Kyrgyzstan, hop on over and hit that subscribe button to help our little kangaroo reach more corners of the world. Follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes content, and visit travelingkangaroo.com for travel resources, itineraries, and ways to support community tourism projects. Keep bouncing toward new horizons, and we'll see you on the next adventure.